January the 25th, 1981. America welcomes home 52 of its bravest amid the color and excitement of Super Bowl 15.
Super Sunday, what a day. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. It's like a dream come true. It's unbelievable. Yes, and we're going to win. We are going to win, no question.
Confident champions of the American Football Conference, the Oakland Raiders danced into this prestigious ball wearing glass slippers. If ever there was a Cinderella champion, it was these men in silver and black. Their quarterback, Jim Plunkett, had salvaged a wrecked career to become the NFL's comeback player of the year. And in only his second season, head coach Tom Flores directed a team with 14 new players through the wild card playoffs and into the Super Bowl. Shrewdly built by owner Al Davis, Oakland reflected the cool professional attitude of a team accustomed to meaningful games. This was all new to the NFC champion Philadelphia Eagles, since Dick Vermeil had molded a winner out of a former loser. Because their personality mirrored his discipline and determination, these Eagles were often given more credit for being hard workers than good football players. However, in November, these tough Eagles had beaten the Raiders 10-7, mainly by sacking Jim Plunkett 8 times. It was here, in one of the season's most physical encounters, the initial battle lines were drawn for Super Bowl 15.
Well, I learned that from getting close to Jaworski and knocking him down a couple times, that he wears English leather. Jerry Sizemore wears Aramis. And that guy, Pete Perot, that second-year guy from Southwest Louisiana, he doesn't wear any cologne. He doesn't even use deodorant, I don't think.
Super Bowl 15 featured the most striking contrast in opponents since Darth Vader first crossed lasers with Luke Skywalker.
Here we go. Stay tuned. Film Session returns after these messages. Back to more Film Session on the NFL Network.
We only have 60 minutes to get it done, so no sense in waste. Start on the first play and give it everything you got on every snap, huh? Good luck to all of you, huh? Here we go.
And Super Bowl 15 is upon us.
First down.
On the game's third play, Dick Vermeil called
Double base pass 46-47, check with me. Dick.
For Vermeil and his coaching staff in the press box above, it proved to be a play-action pass that they immediately regretted.
Play fake. Back is Jaworski with time to throw.
He's got Spag.
Drills one. Intercepted. Rod Martin.
Oh, Ronnie. No. Throw it right to him.
He went cover 6 and the linebacker came off.
Rod Martin, who was once cut by the Raiders, made the first big takeaway of the game from his outside linebacker position. Instead of lofting the ball over Martin, Jaworski fired hard and low, aiming for a seam in the Raiders' zone that turned out to be a mirage. Martin's interception proved to be a harbinger of bad times for the Eagles.
Third and goal on the 2. Plunkett drops back to pass. Steps up. He looks. Over the middle. He's got it. Touchdown Raiders! It's caught by Cliff Branch. A 2-yard touchdown pass. Plunkett threw it almost like a dart.
Only quick thinking by Jim Plunkett saved the touchdown. His step up, forced linebacker Frank LeMaster to commit forward, creating a crease just big enough for a dart. The Raiders struck first, but on Philadelphia's third possession, the Eagle offense finally took wing.
Third and long, the Raiders in their 4-2-5. Back to pass, now goes Jaworski. Looking, being chased out of the pocket to the right. He's got running room, directing play, going deep, a bomb to the end zone. It is a touchdown!
He got it! Touchdown! Rodney! Oh, we got a penalty! Oh, we got a flag! Who's the penalty on? Daggone rotten touchdown called back. Was that on Harold, Dick?
Wide receiver Harold Carmichael had drawn an illegal motion penalty, canceling Philadelphia's chance to tie the score. This play left the Eagles in a state of shock from which they never seemed to recover. For the Raiders, on the other hand, an unusual reversal of Murphy's Law began, as everything that could go right did go right.
Drop back. Here comes the rush. Steps up. Can't find anybody yet. Takes off running to the left. Throws on the move. And it's caught by King at the 40. King takes over the 50. He'll go all the way. Nobody near.
The pass covered 80 yards, a Super Bowl record.
Touchdown Raiders! And Puckett opens up the bag of tricks. Puckett on a third down play that time. Got good blocking, couldn't find the receivers. Skidded around to get open, and when Herm Edwards gambled, he came up stink-eyed.
Battles between evenly matched teams are seldom won without taking some risks. Philadelphia blitzed one linebacker and crossed their nose guard and end in an attempt to pressure the supposedly immobile quarterback. But it was good secondary coverage that finally flushed Plunkett from his pass pocket, where he gambled with a soft toss just above the reach of Eagle cornerback Herman Edwards. Alert and opportunistic, the Raiders led 14-0 as the second quarter began.
Stay tuned. Film session returns after these messages.
Coach, we got plenty of time and we're moving the ball well. It's just we've given them a couple things. We just keep our heads and everything is fine as far as the game plan. Nothing to matter at all.
But not all was well with the Eagle game plan. Oakland's nose guard Reggie Kinlaw, number 62, was personally shutting down Philadelphia's prize running attack.
Coming from? Kinlaw's been paying our so far.
Kinlaw proved to be one persistent lighthouse around which the storming chaos of the Raider defense revolved. Pursuit by Kinlaw and the Oakland linebackers completely took away the cutback running of Wilbert Montgomery and left the Eagles with only 69 yards rushing on the day. Unable to go through the Raiders' defense, Philadelphia was forced to go over it.
Go, Harold, go, baby!
Midway through the second period, a series of Jaworski completions set up Philadelphia's first points of the day, a 30-yard field goal by Tony Franklin. At last, the Eagles had reason to hope.
They're playing like we would like them to play to beat them.
They really are, coverage-wise and everything else.
Yeah.
We'll get these guys. The big thing is we're all looking a little bit tight, and they look exhausted already because of nerves, and we got to get them to relax a little bit.
Here's Franklin advancing on the football.
Up to this point, Philadelphia had seemed tense, even apprehensive.
Moody back takes it on the 1-yard line. Out to the 5, the 10, straight ahead 15. He has hit a ton, fumbles, followed on by Rod Martin. The Raiders have it. What a belt that time. So the Raiders get the football after a tremendous lick.
Ron Baker's hit was nearly the jolt the Eagles needed. But as would be the case all day, the drowsy Eagles were a step behind the wide-awake Raiders. Oakland was embracing its opportunities. Philadelphia was not. But while the Eagles were not playing their best, behind almost every missed opportunity, there was a hustling Raider. However, Philadelphia's worst wound was self-inflicted, with 58 seconds remaining in the half.
Third down, quick release, goes to the end zone, overthrown, and a little quick time.
Oh, Ron. Perfect call.
Good break for the Raiders as Parker really got out of the box that time and had McKinney beat.
On fourth down, Eagle fortunes went from bad to worse.
Snap, spot, kick on the way. It is blocked. It's scooped up by Willie Jones. He drops it at the 20. He goes back to pick it up. He's hit. He fumbles again. It's on the bounce. It's on the carpet. It's a wild melee. The Raiders have the football. Holy Toledo.
No player in the history of pro football has blocked more kicks than Oakland's Ted Hendricks, number 83. However, none was more important than this one, for it confirmed that Oakland was winning pro football's world championship in the most convincing fashion possible.
Stay tuned. Film session returns after these messages.
As the second half began, Raider head coach Tom Flores realized that the key to the second half would be held by his huge offensive line. Philadelphia's defense also knew this, and by blitzing their linebackers, the Eagles hoped to break the lock, protecting the Oakland offense. This strategy seemed to work against the run, but against the pass, where it was needed most, the blitz was useless. The Raiders had gone into the game reasonably sure that, unlike their first meeting, they could protect Jim Plunkett. Using a blocking scheme devised by Tom Flores, Oakland picked up every blitz and every stunt the Eagles threw at them. Plunkett seemed to have all day to throw, a painful reality that chipped away at the Eagles' composure.
Philadelphia's defense may be a little frustrated. Maybe trying to shift to another gear that isn't there.
On Oakland's first possession of the third quarter, Plunkett drained a little more confidence from the Eagles' already shrinking reserves, moving his offense 77 yards on only 6 plays.
Back is Plunkett. Time to throw. Deep to the end zone to Branch. It is caught by Branch. Touchdown Raiders!
With the Eagle defense unsure of just what he would do next, Plunkett did what he planned to do all along. Once more, Oakland's pass protection was magnificent. But it was an adjustment to the ball by wide receiver Cliff Branch against Philadelphia's rookie cornerback Roynell Young that produced the touchdown. The Raiders were not hammering the Eagles into surrender. They were doing it with finesse and flair, the same style that had brought them to this Super Bowl. Trailing 21-3 with over 13 minutes remaining in the third quarter,
Plunket's eating us alive.
the Eagles still believed that the promised land was within reach. The problem was, the only road out of these badlands was through the mountains of the Raider defense. Knowing that Ron Jaworski was being heavily pressured, Oakland secondary laid back in zone coverages designed to take away the long pass. When you're trying to throw over and between the NFL's tallest set of linebackers, there is little margin for error. And on a day when Ron Jaworski needed to be most accurate, he was not. Rod Martin's second interception tied a Super Bowl record and resulted in another Oakland score.
From 46, it's kicked well. And it is good. And Philadelphia is distinctly in a comeback mode now.
It's the eye right, play pass 47, headed 683 flat, and they go down.
Zan blitz, Zan blitz, Zan blitz.
Time and again, the Eagles had snowballed down the field, only to melt under the hot glare of the end zone.
We got to play.
Get going now, Howard!
In the fourth quarter, the legs of Wilbert Montgomery and the arm of Ron Jaworski retrieved some of Philadelphia's dignity. But midnight had come and gone, and the Cinderella Raiders were still dancing.
The Raiders right now are in a situation to close in very firmly on their second Super Bowl championship in 4 years.
Jim Plunkett's performance in this Super Bowl ball was the stuff fairy tales are made of. 10 years of disappointment were behind him, for at last this Cinderella was healthy, poised and surrounded by men whose abilities equaled his own. Jim Plunkett's 261 yards and 3 touchdown passes earned him Super Bowl XV's Most Valuable Player award, and only a great save prevented a 4th touchdown pass. Another Chris Barfield goal concluded the scoring as Oakland ended Philadelphia's dreams of a world championship.
Dick Vermeil must be feeling the sting of frustration right now.
Anyone who ever said, one game cannot tarnish a great season, never lost a Super Bowl.
Good as you play to get here and play like that. Sad good way to finish the season. Give Oakland a lot of credit. They beat our butts. Wasn't a fluke.
This tale was to have a storybook ending for the remarkable Raiders. A new Super Bowl record, achieved by perhaps the least known of all these Cinderella stops.
Back is Jaworski. Sets up really deep. Now comes up the middle. Picked off. Rod Martin, the third time today. And Rod Martin once again slams the door in the face of the man they call Jaws, a sort of fitting symbol. Silver and black football is king of the hill in the National Football League. Crescendo of Raider fans beginning to rise.
Oakland's victory created the sort of joyous reaction that comes with seeing something that suggests all things are possible. The Oakland Raiders, for 17 years, pro football's winningest organization, were once again the world champions of professional football.
The Prince came calling. Prince Pete Rozelle. He had a silver slipper.
The Raiders became, of course, the first wild card to win the Super Bowl. I think it's a tremendous compliment to the organization because you had to win 4 postseason games. I think it's a great credit to you for putting this team together. You've earned it. Congratulations.
Thanks very much, Commissioner. This was our finest hour. This was the finest hour in the history of the Oakland Raiders. To Tom Flores, the coaches, and the great athletes, you were magnificent out there today. You really were. And we want to welcome back the hostages to the United States. All right. And take pride and be proud. Your commitment to excellence and your will to win will endure forever. You were magnificent.